Hi guys! We are on vacation again in the Canary Islands.
Again.
And this time we are on the island of La Gomera.
The Canary Islands are a group of Spanish islands in the Atlantic Ocean, just off the coast of Africa. Since they are part of Spain and also in the Schengen area, just like our country, the Czech Republic, traveling here is very easy for us. There are no border checks or immigration and stuff like that, so it almost feels like traveling domestically, even though the flight takes around 5 hours. For us, these islands have become a favorite winter escape. While it's cold back home in Central Europe, here we can enjoy warm sunshine, wild landscapes and endless hiking trails.
This is the 4th consecutive year when we go to the Canary Islands in February or March. We went to Tenerife, then to Gran Canaria, last year it was La Palma, and we wanted to explore another island, so we chose La Gomera this time.
Yeah, I am the one that chooses the islands, usually. So last year we went to La Palma because that one is very lush, or it has many lush areas, and I like greener islands better than drier. And La Gomera, of course, is also quite green.
It's quite a small island. It's smaller than all the others that we have visited. There's only one other El Hierro that we haven't visited that's even smaller. It's like 22 by 25 kilometers. So it sounds like you can be immediately wherever you want to be, but it's quite mountainous, as all the other islands as well. So it takes a lot of time to actually get anywhere.
Yeah, the terrain is crazy. It's a volcanic island like all of the Canary Islands, and the mountains are quite high, like 1500 meters above sea level, the highest peaks, and there are these ravines, and like it's very rugged. So the roads are very windy and you always have to go up and then down, and it takes a lot of time even though the island is so small.
Yeah. I was again trying to find a place to stay that is away from the crowds, even though there are almost no crowds here. So we chose, this time we are like in a golf course.
Yeah, right now we are in a banana plantation.
Yeah.
There are a lot of banana plantations in Canary Islands in general. They grow their own kind of bananas. So that's nice. But yeah, continue about the golf course.
Yeah, so there's a big golf course here, and there are some houses as part of the property where they accommodate tourists. So we have one of the houses, or one of the apartments, and it's not like in the middle of a town or city or anything. It's away from other people. So there are just those few houses with tourists here.
Yeah.
And it's very quiet and peaceful here.
Yeah. This is how it looks on the property where we are staying. It's kinda like semi-private. You enter through a gate and it's a big property. There's also a golf course here, and there are houses here and there, various villas, and one of them is ours. So that's how it is here. That's very nice. We feel like in the countryside. That's what we always search for with accommodations. So that's great. You enter through a gate. You enter a pin code, and then the thingy goes up and you can go through, and you drive by the golf course, and it's also interesting.
Yeah, it's very private, and yeah, we like it.
And there is also a swimming pool here, very nice. So we also, of course, used that, and we swam, and yeah, it's very nice here. But this vacation somehow feels like it's cursed or something. So many things went wrong.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's in the past now and nothing will happen for the remaining time. We are filming this almost at the end of the vacation. So we already know what happened.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we got very unlucky with the weather, right? It was very windy most of the time, and especially here at the accommodation, we were choosing like the southern side of the island that should be less windy and more sunny and everything. It's more sunny here, but it feels like the windiest place on the island.
On Earth.
On Earth, yeah, yeah.
Not right now,
that's
but,
right.
but yeah, there were some days and nights when we thought that our house would fly away with us.
Oh my god, like the house was shaking and wow. So that wasn't the best. It was also quite cloudy, colder, even some rain showers and stuff, so the weather could have been better.
Yeah, and that happens, but what sucks is that we know that until the day we arrived it was sunny and windless.
Yeah, and so warm, almost 30 degrees Celsius. We saw what had been happening before we arrived. It was so great, the weather. I was looking at the data and like, oh my god, why are we not there then?
Yeah, if only we came 1 week earlier.
Yeah. Welcome to our lovely accommodation here on the island of La Gomera, one of the Canary Islands, here in this very calm setting. This is Casa Balcones, and that's where we are staying. As you can see, there is a hurricane or two like every day, wind gusts around 90 kilometers per hour. That's totally okay. Look at the beautiful environment, greenery everywhere, and now it's very dynamic because it's moving. Everything is moving, and look on this direction, but it can be a little bit unpleasant from time to time, so let's head inside and we will take a look there. Come on, follow me. Look at the beautiful balcony. That's where the name comes from, Casa Balcones, and we are Casa Balcones B. This is our entrance. Here we have a very nice sitting area. Sometimes the cushions are flying off, so everything has to be here by the wall, a bit shielded from the wind. You can sit here, and we also have this grill. It was all over the property today in the morning because it flew there. So that was amazing. We were picking up the pieces. Very fun. But let's go inside. Ta-da! So this is our living area. It's quite big. You enter here through this door from the hurricane-like outside, and immediately you see this wardrobe, very blue, and there is not much to see there, just our mess, mainly my mess here. And yes, we can have extra blanket if we want to. Here is a little chair, and here as well. And there is a TV, which we don't watch. Here is a sofa. There are pillows everywhere, so you have to make space if you want to sit. People love pillows. Pillows are everywhere.
And so many places where you can sit.
Yes. And here you can sleep. Again, pillows. Tommy was decorating. It looked so much better when we arrived. The bed, like it was so beautiful. But now we are living here, so it's a little bit messy. So you can sleep here. This bed is quite comfortable. I like it. I like the mattress, quite soft, which is great for me. I like soft mattresses, and that's very nice. Here there is a bathroom. So here is a toilet. You can do your business here. These are leaves. They are not messy. When we air through this window, everything is flying in from time to time. The wind gusts, you know, around 90 kilometers per hour, things are moving and flying outside, so that's very normal.
And inside.
Yeah, and come here and let's take a look at the rest. So there are these two sinks, so two people can brush their teeth and everything. Water is flowing. Here is warm water, so you can mix everything.
Very British.
Yes, yes. And here is a big shower. So, ta-da! But it's not working very greatly. Like, you can close it only like this, so there is a gap.
So I can peep through
Yeah.
when we're taking shower.
Ta-da! So that's nice. And there is this big shower head. So it... Oh my god! Yeah. Oh, this is very chaotic. So this is the bathroom. Let's continue elsewhere. My sock is wet now from the shower. Oh
Who would have
well.
thought?
What wouldn't I do for a great property tour? Let's continue this way. This is our kitchen. So we sit here more times per day and we drink tea. So that's very nice. We have breakfast here and dinner. And it continues this way. This is the actual kitchen area. That was the dining room. But this is the kitchen, fully equipped. There is a fridge here. Ta-da!
How much stuff do we have? One cheese.
We are very fully equipped. And here is a freezer. So that's nice. I always like these European style fridges and freezers when you don't even know that it's a fridge. It looks like a normal cabinet. Here another cabinet with things. And here we have glasses.
Wine glasses.
Yes, and here like cutlery and stuff. So there are a lot of things. Here electric stove, so we can cook here, which we do, like pasta and stuff. Here is an oven,
Which we used last night to make
Yes.
pizza.
We were making pizza, we burned it a bit, but that's life. And here more cabinets with stuff like mugs and empty shelves. And what do we have here? Plates, you know, so a normal kitchen. Here is a microwave oven, nothing there. And a sink. This one is interesting. Like, yeah, it's interesting.
And a dishwasher.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't know. Again, built in, so that's normal. We have the same at home, it's built in, but I like the look. And here a toaster, which we use for breakfast. And I like the blue color, I like the handles. Come take a look. It's very nice, there are flowers, so it looks quite pretty. And also the tiles are very colorful, so that's also nice. And here we have an electric kettle for making tea.
Which we also use.
Yes, and I was reading why electric kettles are not that common in the US. It's because the electricity, like in Europe, we have higher voltage, 230 volts, and in America it's like 100 something, and that's why like it's faster for Americans to warm up water in a microwave.
That's
Which,
ridiculous.
yes, that sounds very absurd to us. You never like make tea in a microwave. Everyone has an electric kettle or something. So I just wanted to tell you, I'm just comparing. It's always fun to read about these things that are different but still very common. And you can see wind blowing outside, very nice.
But the view is nice.
Yeah, we will show you more of the view later. And I think that was our property. There is art, look at the pictures, and here as well.
And the plants are real for once.
Yes, this is very alive here. So that's cool. And I like the light in this room. It's very nice, very spacious. And here we can see the island of Tenerife. This is not La Gomera. So yeah, but it's still one of the Canary Islands. So that's nice. I also wanted to tell you about the windows. They are very like thin single pane windows because it's always warm here in the Canary Islands.
Almost always.
Almost always, but that also has disadvantages because like they are quite fragile and they make noise and they don't block the noise from outside very much, so we can still hear the wind, and at night it's very like you are almost like sleeping outside hearing the hurricane all the time. So sometimes it can be too much. The windy weather, it's not a hurricane, guys, but it's very windy, and for me it feels like chaos all the time around me. I can't feel calm when it's windy. It's like someone is poking you all the time, you know? So yeah, I don't like windy weather, but oh well, this is a windy vacation. So the weather and also some other things went wrong.
Yeah.
Is there a cat?
Oh, I thought I heard someone talking.
Oh, no. Hopefully not. So other things went wrong as well. We didn't even film all of them. So we destroyed our camera. Not this one, but our picture camera.
Yeah.
And it was quite new. It fell. It was standing on a tripod. We were taking a picture of ourselves in a town on some rocks. And then, of course, the wind came all of a sudden and it fell down directly on the rocks. So the camera is over, but we will try to claim insurance. There is something, some magic maybe will help us.
Yeah, we'll try.
We'll try. Then we lost a magnet on our microphones. Like I have this mounted or whatever. There is a magnet on my t-shirt here, but here Tommy needs to have it clipped. So yeah, we were like walking and taking pictures, and I wanted to take off the microphone and it fell down, but we were on a steep hill.
Of course.
Of course, so we were searching there for like 30 minutes maybe, and it was gone. So that, and what happened?
Well, the first thing was that your backpack almost fell apart.
Oh, yeah. Oh my god, yes, my backpack almost fell apart. So we just like somehow tied the thingy you have here together, and it's holding just by wheel or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, the backpack is basically over too, but we were able to carry it on our trips. So that was nice that we figured it out somehow.
Yeah. And then today you had your accident.
Yes, guys. So I am injured when we are filming this. You will see that in one of the videos. So I'm alive, but injured, and yeah. So I don't know why so many things went wrong. Maybe it's like little things, of course,
Yeah.
except the injury. But still, like, this didn't used to happen on our previous vacations.
Yeah. And I almost lost my phone, but
Oh yeah!
but I remembered in time when we went back to the beach where I
Yeah.
left it, and I knew where it was supposed to be, and it was there. So.
But that was a long return. Like, we were already high up on the cliffs and the beach was down under us, far in the distance, and Tommy was like, "Where is my phone?" And no, it's on the beach. It was an abandoned beach, so nobody was there, and we returned and it was there under the cliffs.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So nothing bad happened to me at the end. It's only happening to Peter.
Okay, but the camera is that belongs to both of us.
Yes. But I'm not the one who broke it.
Yeah. I was putting it on the tripod.
But it could happen
that
to
happened.
anyone.
Yeah, the wind is the cause.
Yeah.
You bad boy, wind. And that's not all. From our house we can walk this way and we can explore more. There is this ravine. This is the windiest spot, so we need to be careful. So we need to move this way. There is this path and we will discover something very cool.
Something beautiful.
Exactly. Look at the views. This is breathtaking. I always like such major views when everything is very big and far away. Wow, I love it. And there on the other side, there is the ocean. But now the sun is shining, so we can't see much, but it's there. But this is not the place we wanted to show you. We need to go this way. And here we are. There are more houses which are ours. No, I'm just kidding. They are not ours. But there is this common area with a pool, which is so great. But wow, it's so dirty now after the hurricane, or the hurricane is still going on. So this was cleaner when we arrived. Now there are leaves everywhere, which is normal because everything is flying. But it's still amazing. We will probably try the water. We already went in earlier on the previous days.
Because the water is heated.
Warm, yes. It's like 33 degrees Celsius or something like that. Someone was saying, we don't know the exact measurements, but look, we are here by the ocean still and the views are great. There are flowers here, so this is very nice. And here at this spot we are a bit shielded with the greenery. The wind is blowing from there, so it's better here, a bit calmer. And I like the gardens, I like everything, so we can relax here for a bit and we can watch the ocean and we can enjoy the sun. But the wind, like, I want it finally to be over, but it will be over when we will leave. Yeah, this is a windy week, so it's not just one day.
We timed it perfectly.
Oh well, yeah, the timing, this is not great. There are employees and they clean the area every day, they clean the pool, but now this was the windiest night and I think like it's useless to clean it because in 1 hour everything is back, all the leaves and everything, so it's hard to keep it clean now, I guess. But I think we are still going into water and let's go. This is so nice.
Yeah.
I love it. So cool. And I don't even mind the leaves and everything because, you know guys, I swim in wild water everywhere.
Yeah.
I jump into various ponds and lakes and everything. So this is nothing.
Yeah, it's super clear and clean.
Yeah, totally.
So great that we are here all alone. I'm almost worried that there was some evacuation that we missed and we are the only ones left here in the wind.
Yes, we were expecting someone to come and you are still here? Everyone has been evacuated already because of the strong winds.
But we don't mind. We would like to be stranded on the island alone.
Yes,
probably.
yes. This is so nice. When there is nobody, that's what we want.
because it's such a small island, there are no direct flights from other countries. You can only fly here from the other islands, from Tenerife and Gran Canaria. So we didn't do that. We flew to Tenerife from Vienna, and then we took a boat, a ferry, from Tenerife to La Gomera, which is something similar we did last year with La Palma as well. But then when we were returning, we took a flight back to Gran Canaria, and this time we are actually taking a ferry in both directions.
So we spent one night in Tenerife. We arrived after sunset, but that didn't stop us, and immediately we went to the beach because it was warm and I wanted to feel the ocean. The beach was sandy, and even though the water was not the warmest, I went in and enjoyed it carefully for a while. Tommy was also running around a bit, but he decided the ocean is too cold for him in the evening.
We are going to spend just one night here on the island of Tenerife in Los Cristianos, but let's do a quick property tour. So here is our bed where we will sleep. And here we have a table where we can sit like this. Here is a sofa or a couch where you can sit comfortably
Like
and
this.
you can relax here. Here is a small kitchen which we will probably not use because we are quite full from today's feast in the Vienna airport lounge.
And there's only a microwave oven. There's nothing else to cook here. It's just a
Oh yeah,
very small
you are
kitchen.
right.
And a fridge.
Here is very interesting technical room. Come here, guys, and take a look up. This is shared for all the floors or something.
So weird.
We have never seen something like this before, probably, so that's cool. And there is a washing machine as well. And here we have a small bathroom. So there is a toilet. You can sit here or whatever. Here a small sink where the water flows, yes. And here we have a shower where you can shower yourself, and look at the floor. It's like made from pebbles. So that's interesting, very natural.
It's like being on the beach.
Natural feel, yes. So that's our apartment here on the island of Tenerife.
It's actually quite big, considering that we are here only for one night.
Yes, yes, yes. You can dance here like this. Da, da, da. So that's amazing. Yeah, and the ferry last year was very terrible. We realized we get seasick and that was not great. So this time we were better prepared, like we sat in the middle of the ferry, not in the front where you can feel every movement. And also what helped the most is that the ferry ride was only 50 minutes because La Gomera is quite close to Tenerife.
Yep.
So it was a short ferry ride.
With La Palma it was over 2 hours, so that was a long ride.
Yeah. That was a longer time to get seasick. So this was definitely better.
Last year we already noticed when we were in La Palma that because it's a small island it's much quieter, and we definitely noticed that here in La Gomera as well. It's even smaller and there are less tourists. There are only like 20 to 23,000 inhabitants, so it's very relaxing here.
Yeah, quiet. And we also noticed that it's an island for hiking. Like many hikers are here, mostly from Germany.
Yeah.
It's also interesting that like sometimes we feel like we are in Germany. There are so many Germans everywhere, not just hikers, but regular tourists.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so interesting.
But even when you hike and you meet people, they'll go immediately, hello, hello.
Yeah. When you greet, yeah. Hello, that's German for those who don't know.
Yeah.
So that's fun. We've had so many adventures. The island is very diverse, so many different places.
It's really, really beautiful here. So green, I didn't expect that.
Yeah. So you'll see in the upcoming videos our adventures and trips and everything. It's a beautiful island and we've had a great time.
Yeah.
So these minor bad things, setbacks, are just setbacks, but we'll have great memories of La Gomera, I think.
Yeah, among other memories.
Among other memories. But the bad ones are like things that you also remember for a long time, so it's also like it's nice.
We'll laugh about it one day.
Yeah, one day, far away in the future. So don't forget to tune in the upcoming videos. Hopefully you won't be bored. So when you are watching this, we are back home. We are taking care of the garden. Spring is starting and we are also filming there. So you'll see after these series of videos, you'll see us again at the country house and in the garden, and it should be starting. But we really like these vacations at the end of winter, just before everything starts waking up in the garden. So it's great timing for us, and then the season will be going on and it should be also amazing. So stay here, stay subscribed, and we will see you in the upcoming videos. So until then, bye!